Hey, if you're interested in a fully off-grid cabin that has all the modern amenities because it is solar powered, so that means heat and air and running water, then you have landed on the right video and the right channel. So you can thank the YouTube algorithm and go ahead and smash the like button on that. So we're going to go along the outside of this first, then I will take you inside and give you a little tour. It is 22 foot wide by 24 foot long, giving us about 480 square foot there on the floor and about 250 up in the loft, which I'll show you here in a little bit. We got an 8-foot covered porch here, and I'm going to point out all of the little utilities as we walk around the cabin. So here we've got a little solar panel, and that charges for the string lights, and that is remote controlled inside the cabin. Just trying to take one more thing off of the main solar system. Here we got our propane hookup. We just use these small bottles here because it runs what we need it to, and the future owner can certainly upsize that. Out here on the back side, we did the breaker panel. We did an outdoor breaker panel just to save on some space on the interior. So let's see if I can get this open with one hand. Okay. So we've got our main breaker. That is where the solar power feeds in. This is a generator interlock. So if there is a time where you are short on solar power and you need to recharge the jackery, then you can flip off your main breaker, push this interlock switch up, and you flip over to on your generator breaker. And down here we have a 50 amp compatible inlet plug, okay? And you can use adapters for a smaller generator. But then that will run the whole cabin off of 50 amp and give you a circuit to be able to recharge your jackery, which I'll show you here in a minute. This 20 amp is for the water heater. It is propane powered, so it's very minimal. It's only turning on the igniter there. Bathroom, bedroom, solar plug. This is the dedicated 20 amp circuit to recharge the jackery, which recharges at about 1500 watts. Living room, AC. We currently have a 2-pole on here. Really only need a 1 because we are using a 110 volt mini split. Generator. This is for the crawl space. We have one circuit down there for the water pump. And this is also to the crawl space. We have an extra circuit down there in case you need to plug in a heater or a heat strip or a light or any other things. Fridge and kitchen. All right. Step over here. We've got our AC disconnect. So if you need to service your unit here, this is a Costway 110 volt or 115 volt mini split. I believe this one is a 12,000 BTU heat and cool. This line here is it is conduit to carry our PV wires into the cabin. Let me back up here. I will show you. We've got two 600 watt panels there tied together and a single wire coming in for the PV input to the jackery. This is a vent for the water heater. Step around here. We've got another vent up here in the soffit, and this is the bathroom exhaust fan. And if you have been watching my videos for a little while, then you are familiar with the rainwater system. I did this the same as I do all the others. If you're new to the channel, I do these with PVC pipe, tie them in, and we tee them together here. Let me step over here. I will show you how this works. So we tee them in right here. That is the rear, and the front comes down to ground level. That way you can walk through here. I don't like the overhead pipes that many people use. And we've got a drain cap here for 2 reasons. One, you can drain this kind of acting as a flush valve. Okay, so you will get sediment that is going to get trapped in this U. You can open that and it'll flush out. And also we will pull those caps when we are going to hit like a week of freezing weather just to protect these pipes. They are a thin wall, 4-inch sewer and drain. So that's what we use. We do not frequently have problems with them busting, but we like the option there. And then that is our outlet into the top of the 2,500 gallon tank. Down here below, can't really see it, but there is another banjo fitting or bulkhead fitting coming out, and that is a 1-inch supply line to the water pump, which I'll show you here in a second. That's our septic clean out. Septic just goes over here, and lateral lines go out that way. So there's the gutter system. All right, step under here. We've got an access door for the crawl space. And this is where we are housing our water pump, which is a 1 horsepower Drummond. They're available at Harbor Freight. I like these units. We do not have a problem with them. They hold pressure well. We buy the extended warranty, but we've never had to use it. And currently it is at about 45 PSI. Let me get this door prop back open. Okay. So we've got some light in here. This is the 1-inch line here coming out of the bottom of the 2,500 gallon tank. And this is a check valve, or called a foot valve. And what that allows is for that water to come in and not return. So it's coming in to the pump here. Okay. And as this builds up pressure, if you don't have a check valve, it's just going to bleed back to tank. So we've got a 2-stage filtration system here, about 20 microns on the first filter, and I believe that's a 5 micron on the second stage. We do closed cell spray foam underneath here, waterproof, and you know, not gonna have the water in it. Yeah, it's waterproof. So vapor barrier down there on the bottom, and it really shouldn't ever have to add a heater down here, but we did do an extra circuit there in case you decide to. So close this, and we'll walk up onto the porch. So we got an 8-foot porch here that runs the full length, so 24 feet. And I do the cable railings there so that it doesn't take away from the view. And the view on this cabin is pretty exceptional. A little bit more tree trimming and you could really open it up even more, but camera seldom does justice, but we'll try. In case you are unaware, and this is your first time watching my videos, I build in the Ouachita Mountains of Oklahoma, and so we are blessed with a very pretty view and very remote location. So no neighbors to look at, hear, or any of that. No highway noise, and that's why we do this. All right, so let's step inside the cabin here. Got the kitchen here on the left, gas stove, single bay sink, and still got a nice view of the sink, or above the sink rather. Floating shelf over there, and a full-size fridge, because there is no reason to have small items when you have such a big house. So inside here, we're sitting at about 750 square feet. The ceiling here in the living room is over 8 foot tall, so not feeling constricted on your space. Ladder going up to loft, which I'll take you up here in just a minute. Here we've got the remote for the mini split. And then over there we've got remote for the fan, where you can adjust fan speed, direction, and the light color. So here's our hallway. We've got a little closet here on the left, just an open closet. Hang clothes, store some goods, whatnot. Over here is the bedroom. Okay, plenty of room for a queen size bed and dresser, and still get a nice view of the mountains, or rather the woods, from in here. So this is all finished out with tongue and groove pine, 1x8. And here, this is a pocket door going to the restroom. So nice corner shower there. Vanity, and a dual stage or dual flush toilet. Come back out, and we will open up the utility closet. So water heater is there. It is a propane on demand, and our Jackery unit is here. Okay, so let me show you a few things here. We've got the the Jackery plugged into a 50 amp generator plug, and that is what goes to the main breaker on the breaker panel. Down here is our dedicated recharging or charging outlet for the Jackery. So if you are running the house off of a generator, you will simply unplug the Jackery from the house and you will plug this charging cable into the side of the Jackery. You got plenty of room in here where you can stack batteries and really multiply the system out. They allow you to be able to tie these together and add more batteries that way. So you can really build this out to a large system that will run everything easily. Not that it's not right now. We're bringing in 175 watts. It's very overcast outside and it is in the evening, so the sun is nowhere near on those panels. We do have 1200 watts worth of panels up on the roof, and we're outputting 350 watts with everything turned on in the house, including the mini split. So fans and all. Let me spin you around here and we will take you up to the loft. So plenty of space up here. Show you. Looking down over kitchen, living room, and plenty of space to be able to put another queen size bed up here, or you could do some twins. So this could be storage, this could be an office, or it could be a guest bedroom, place for the kids to hang out. Plenty of options there. We do these stairs or this loft ladder where it's not so steep that you can't just walk down it without spinning around. So that's it for the inside. So if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, maybe like and share this with other people, all about this off-grid tiny home, space that we're getting into. This is kind of my thing, been my dream for a long time to be able to do these kinds of builds. I thought I'd be doing them for myself, had no idea that this was going to turn into my livelihood and I'd be doing it for others, but super blessed with that opportunity. Like, really, if I dream it up, I get to build it. So I'm pretty stoked for that. If you have any thoughts, questions, ideas, please leave a comment down below. Love to hear them. I try to respond to every one of those comments personally to the best of my ability. The channel has been doing very well lately. I really appreciate you all sharing and helping getting these videos out. Your views, your likes, your comments, all of that helps and allows me to just keep on doing this and not have to go look for a real job. So I appreciate it very much. All right, folks, until next time, we'll see ya. Mountain Wizard out.